Okay. Let's go and do this. Hmm. Hello, surplus. It's time! It's time! Yo! Let me see. Down there. Good. Okay. I guess we'll wait for Dianea whenever she's... Or sorry. What's her name now? Witch Fan 1500? You gotta check Trivago. What do you mean Trivago? Oh, okay. Stupid ass. I see. Yep. The classic ads. She knows you're live. Okay. Then I guess I will start then. What's that? I don't know why she's not here. Alright, well, no problem. I will just begin. It's time. Witch Fan 1500! Where'd the 1500 come from? Oh, curse killing chapter. Man, curse a coincidence. How are the conjectures inside you solidifying? Look forward to whether those conjectures will waver or become a cornerstone in the scenario. This difficulty is the worst. You'll probably not even be able to make conjectures. That's a number I like, fair. So I'm gonna hear this over and over again. Can I close this, please? Yes. Okay, there. Closed. Let us start. On this laugh again. The snake in the well was happy, for it did not care what was outside the well. The snake in the well was happy, for it had naught to do with what happened outside the well. And you were happy too, for you did not know what happened outside the well. Okay. This is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons or organizations is entirely coincidental. AD 1983, the early summer of the 50th year of the Showa era. Are you ready for peak? This is where you started, Surplus. You didn't have to go through chapter 1 and 2 with all the otaku stuff. It was a very humid day. Not even a slight breeze was blowing. It had been an unpleasant summer. One that wasn't only hot, but swelteringly so. There were various articles of clothing hung out to dry in the messy apartment windows, but the lack of wind evoked an impression far removed from coolness. In fact, it only felt more oppressive. There were crooked houses and apartment buildings lining the narrow, twisting road. In addition, there were planters and flower pots whose contents were beginning to wilt, as well as bicycles and motorcycles on the side of the road, making it even more cramped, more oppressive, and all the more sweltering. Nobody who was in this place at this time was visiting it voluntarily, but in spite of what everyone might expect, a single motorcycle came rolling in. A motorcycle. The lone motorcycle, which couldn't even be called neat, even as flattery, pulled up to a 2-story apartment complex and stopped there. A man, fairly old and wrinkled, stepped off. Hey, Ruben. Just starting up chapter 3. How's everyone doing, by the way? I didn't ask. When the housewife hanging at the laundry noticed him, she called out. Holy, she has a heavy accent. Dude, it is. This is a heavy accent. The fluorescent lights. I don't like this conversation right now. Maybe it's just the accent. Maybe I'm just racist.
嫌な匂いがしとんね。
Oh, here we go. All right. Let's get this joke out of the way. What is a cat's favorite TV show? Claw and Order. Wow. What an amazing joke. Another classic from these deck of cards that I got. Dalmaduno is confirmed racist. And then Dionea starts laughing at that. Why is that funny that I'm racist, Dionea, huh? Hmm?
今朝からずっとでかなんわ。
あれなんよこれ。
Surplus, what are these laughs? Are these One Piece laughs?
くっさいね。また裏のドブ川が詰まったんかね。
大家さん、なんとかしてんよ。朝からこれじゃ鼻がひん曲がってまうね。大家さん、
didn't mean to click it again. Whatever.
そしたら今の美人がもっと美人になっちゃうじゃないのよ。
Dude, the landlord sounds like a sleazy old dude, and I don't even know what the wife sounds like. I think that is, like, I understand it's a very heartwarming scene, or like not heartwarming, but it's like a very emotional scene. But that laugh really broke my immersion in all that. And that was going on. There's an unhygienic drainage channel running behind the apartment. The lattice from which it flowed was stuffed with branches and fallen leaves, and when filth got caught up in them, it created an awful stench in the summertime.
これ、お役所になんとか言ってんな。こんなドブ川埋めてしまいね、ほんと。
That's a skill issue. How is that a skill issue? In fact, it's a skill issue on his part for laughing like that.
すっかり詰まってるね。
He's laughing like Badler? Does he laugh like that?
こん
Is
な
Badler an
棒
old
でち
dude?
ょっとつけば流れるでよ。
The man crossed the fence over the drainage channel and picked up a filthy drying pole sitting nearby. That's saying... And Sugar siblings for 20 minutes last stream. What? What is a... Okay. I understand a sugar daddy, a sugar mommy, whatever. What is a sugar sibling? What is that?
ああ、大家さんやめてな。ペンにかきませんと、吸ったらもう、すんごい匂いになるね。
つまれば臭い。かき混ぜ
The
れば
guy's a weirdo, very fun
臭い。
streams. That's good, that's good. And the main thing is that you have fun
ど
with
っ
it.
ちにすりゃええんよ。
So, Ruben, are you now on the side that I should skip the entire... I kind of want to see what it is now, though. If it, like... I kind of want to see what it is. He shoved the drying pole into the filth in the lattice. Of course, it did nothing to help the accumulation of waste.
猫の死骸
You'll suffer through it. How do I go fast through things? Like, what's the... Because there's a way to go fast through dialogue, right?
こん
dead
な
cat.
保健所の仕事やね。
犬猫は死ぬと匂いが
Wait a
す
second.
んごいのや。
It's a dead cat. And then Rika's click again. Okay. No. Like, isn't there a way to fast forward through, like, everything? Like, you press a button and it goes really fast through the things? What, didn't... I'm on the side that should not be skipped. Oh, okay. Oh, and skip. I see. Okay, yeah. Didn't Rika say something about the cat invading the thing that shouldn't... Or entering the place that the cat shouldn't belong?
竹竿じゃどうにもならんな。ゴミ袋に古着に、まあいろいろ捨ててあるね。 あのアヒル、おまるでねえの？
A duck?
こりゃ臭いわけや。しょうがないね、まったく。
Okay, so where are they at? So it's like it's behind her house? The sewers get backed again. Unhygienic drainage channel running behind the apartment. So why couldn't she do anything? I guess because, like, it... okay. Man. Okay, the filthy drying pole. What's a drying pole? I don't know what a drying pole is. The drainage channel was already unsanitary, but was a little more garbage at this point. The stream of such imprudent people was never ending, and now this channel had turned into a garbage dump. When he poked the pile of old clothes floating in the sewage, a black cloud of smoke floated out in the water. The two of them grimaced at the terribly bizarre and repulsive sight.
うじが湧いとるんね。生ゴミでも放り込んだんかいな。
大家さん、なんねあれ。
なんよ、こんないの捨てたんは。
大家さん、それ。
え
Oh, that's the new song? Wait a second. She said Oya-san, right? That's the landlord, right? Oya-san is, I'm guessing, the name for landlord, right? But... and there's Oyashiro-sama. Connection? Question mark? Interesting. Who's this guy? I cannot sleep? Are you trying to sleep right now, Risa? What time do you usually go to bed?
はい。ブルーシー上までちゃんと囲っとけよ。民家の2階から丸見えだぞ。
仏の身元は不明。性別女。年齢は推定20代後半から30代後半。
Who is you? Yeah, she changed her nickname to Witch Fan 1500. Like, come on. Anyone can be a witch fan. But, oh, there's only one Diana. I think it's weird, but also genuinely important. Okay, so you're also on the side that it shouldn't be skipped.
死後2、3日ってところです。おそら
2 or
く
3
死
days
後に
ago.
遺棄したんでしょう。
裸か。身元割れるの難航しそうだな。生活課に行方不明者出てないか当たっとけ。
重りをつけて
So is this
沈められてたんで
Takano
しょ
or
う
is this
ね。
another person entirely?
それがほどけて浮かんできたんでしょう。しかし、なんだってこんなドブ
In the
川に。
drainage sewer. Does that have anything to do connection to the well or the underground tunnels from last
高
time?
速道路下とか山奥とか。
What is a glorious
マシな場所
hua,
があったでしょう
Diana?
に。
そうすりゃうちの管轄でなくて済んだのにってか。死体隠す気なんか鼻からねえんだよ。この
見つかることを前提にした、何かへ見せしめってことですかね。
この腹が裂けてるの魚に食い破られたってわけじゃ
Wasn't
ね
from
え
a slice in
腹
her
裂い
stomach.
て中身引きずり出してる
Oh, okay. So that's what they were talking about from last
相当
chapter.
派手にいじめ殺してんだこれ。中国マフィアとかの伝統的な制裁にこういうのあるんじゃねえの？
Bryce? Who's Bryce? Oh, this time usually. Oh, you're a somewhat early sleeper then, Risa. Are you an early riser as well?
四課のシゲさんに丸棒でトラブルないか当たっとけ。
Oh, that was not meant for me? My bad.
わかりました。
しかしひでえ仏さんだね。ほら内臓の覗いてるここの感じ。今日や
Why is this a... Why is this a... like, observation you make? Surely that's not... Like, is this real? Is this... I mean, I guess, maybe. I don't know. You have to make light of it in a situation, like... Because it's a really dark situation, you have to make light of it in anything possible?
ほら箸でつついたら麺が出てきそうだぞ。
Okay, but if
ほ
you're
れ
laughing about that, that's maybe not something you do.
勘弁してくださいよ。
Wait, did he... Okay.
超引きずり出されて耳鼻そぎ落とされてこういう死に方はしたく
It's
ねえ。
definitely not how I want to go.
指がむごいよな。両手両指に五寸釘がびっしり
There are
打たれ
long
て
nails stuck in all of them on both. Okay, yeah, so this person was executed using the torture method way.
どういう拷問だよこれ。
Higurashi when they cry. Let's go. The most relaxing time during the school day? Lunch for sure. Everyone brought their desks side by side like always, and we all ate together. The gang's back together.
ミオさんのお弁当が今日はなかなか見事
Can
で
you
ござい
read
ましたよ。
DMs? Yeah, sure, I can read DMs. That's okay. I'm after. Okay. Okay, so ignore me. What are you, Reaper from Overwatch? Die, die, die.
品数がいっぱいで豪華なのです。
Okay, they said everyone brought their desks together. Why does it only look like there's 2 desks? Satoko and Rika-chan looked at Mion's lunch, shouting gladly. Let's have a look. Whoa!
夕べの残りをちょっと詰めてきただけだよ。うちで昨日村長たちが酒盛りして
Okay,
てさ。
so... Your lunch looks quite appetizing today.
それで残り物をちょいと取っておいたってわけ。
That's right, I'm gonna have to lower the volume. Holy, it's loud. Let's do that, and then... Yeah, that's good with me.
それでお酒のおつまみみたいなおかずが多いんだね。
The gun.
残り物、つまりは残飯とはいえ、これだけ綺麗に弁当箱に収められてるとなかなかの迫力があるな。高級料
Well,
亭の
you should know the
懐石弁
typical
当み
sentence.
たい
There's
だ
no reason to set the scene. We just immediately start in class having lunch. Yeah, yeah. I guess that's, you know, the point of, you know, chapter 1 mainly to, like, it's the same thing for, like, chapter 2. Like, chapter 1 is just to set the scene so we understand everything, and then chapter 2 came in like, yo. I guess it did create more setting, though, so I don't know. Look at them happy. Why do they have different, like Satoko and Rika have, like, semicircle blush hair, and then, Rena has, like, 3 lines. Why is it different? Interesting!
人の印象のほとんどがファーストインプレッションで決まるようにさ。やっぱりお弁当の味も蓋を開けた時の綺麗さに比例するんじゃないかな。
I mean, yeah, that's why presentation is, like, a thing in food as well. Like, presentation
ミ
is
オさんって
important.
ガサツそうな性格に見えて、結構こういう盛り付けのセンスがいいんですのよね。
Focus on everything but an actual theory. Because an actual theory is hard! This is so much easier. To just look at something stupid, realize, like, the stupidest thing ever, and then make an observation. They're blushing slightly differently. Maybe it's the thing that possesses them. Maybe it's the thing that possesses Satoko and Rika are the same thing. You never know. You never know.
お部屋もいつも綺麗に片付いてるし、みーちゃんはみんなが思ってるよりずっと几帳面で丁寧な人
Okay, so they're really, like, doing this thing at the beginning, like, oh, Mion is a lot more, like, blah, 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 blah. Like, where they never did this before. It's the same once it's in your stomach. And I've thought Mion would say something like that, but to think she had this kind of taste. You can't judge a book by its cover. Mion was careful in everything she did. She never misstepped, faltered, or messed up. I see, she is our club president after
レ
all.
ナのお弁当も見劣らないのです。カニかまぼこのお花がとても綺麗なのですよ。
Crab kamaboko flower. That sounds really nice.
レナの弁当ってなんていうかいつも芸が凝ってるよな。 リンゴのうさぎさんとか人参の花びらとかさ。
Rena's bento wasn't all about taste. It was like she always put her heart into it or something. It wasn't just good, it made your insides all nice and warm.
ありがとう。みーちゃんにはちょっと及ばないけど、かいいかなって。料理は技術じゃなくて愛情でしょ。その意味でだったら、私なんか足元にも及ばないって。
Love, huh? Yeah. Because from looking at her bento, I could definitely feel that Rena put her heart and soul into making it. That's what her bento was
お
like.
弁当ってのは味だけでなく、見た目も大事ってことですわね。私たちも見習わないといけませんわね。
おお。で、その見習わなくちゃならない里子たちの弁当はどうだ？お、
じゃーん。昨日ご近所さんにお裾分けのお肉をもらったので、今日は焼肉弁当なんですってよ。
They said they all bring their desks together, and there's only 2 desks. I want to see, actually, if I go to normal, or the original graphics, right? What does it look like here? That's not original. Okay, well, I guess it's all the picture. There just wouldn't be a CG. Okay. Yeah, Surplus, what did you say? What did you say, Surplus, about who you think my favorite character would be at the end? Should I eat a kiwi or mandarin orange? Are you sure you should eat right before? Because if you say usually sleep at this time, shouldn't you not eat before going to sleep? I never follow that, but I can say it for other people and what they should be doing. These ones too, they had such an impact. Tuno, you're not a father. Okay. And they were bursting at the seams with grilled meat. Which, I personally enjoy the kiwi more. Keiichi, I think, will be your favorite. Okay, Ruben said the same thing. I think. Oh no, Ruben said Shion. Was it you, Daine, who said Keiichi? You'll come around on him. We'll see, right? Because, yeah, right now he's my least favorite. So, we'll see. At a glance, it was too impactful for a girl's bento, but when you thought about eating with all your friends, it brought more than enough color to the table.
粗雑な体育会系弁当と見せかけて、おかずの品数も結構あるみたいじゃない。
Is there bento that a jock
ほ
would
うれん
eat?
草のおひた
You're
しとか。
eating mandarin? Why?
ひじきの煮物
Why'd
と
you
か。
just go the opposite of what I said? Does my opinion not matter? I think mine was Satoko. Oh, really? I thought you said I would like Shion the most. Or, yeah, okay, okay.
リカちゃんはこういう気取らない家庭料理がとても上手なんだよね。リカちゃんは将来
You said Shion.
立派なお
Oh,
嫁さん
okay,
になれ
okay.
ると思うよ。
So Surplus thinks
未来の旦那様は
Keiichi, okay.
静神なのです。
A husband for Rika-chan, huh? At first, that sounded appealing. It did. But I felt like a married life with her would be anything but normal. But really, everyone was amazing. They're all so young, and yet they're all capable of cooking for themselves. I would sort of cook whenever I went camping with my family, but making lunch every day was a level I definitely couldn't reach. I could only really cook in my spare time. When I thought about it like that, it really made everyone stand out more. Hello, Lambda! Frankly, I respected them. Huh. I felt like maybe this doesn't only apply to other people. Come to think of it. This morning, when I was eating breakfast half asleep, I think my mom was saying something really important. Uh-huh. With a hysterical groan, I suddenly stood up, startling everyone at once.
どうしたのかなかな。
What happened to
急に
Satoko?
大声を出すからむせてしまいましたですわ。さとこのお鼻からご飯粒が出てますです。
I'd forgotten. All this stuff about cooking for yourself, it applied to me too. What?
ケイチ、
Okay.
お父さんとお母さんね、またお仕事で東京に行ってこなくちゃならないの。
そう。はあ、眠。
お父さんの先生に当たる人がね、イベントの
Okay,
直
so
前に倒
they're...
れちゃったの。
Oh, so the trip to Tokyo, that was usually... They usually did that much later, right? But it seems like they're doing it earlier.
とても大切なイベントなんでね、どうしても穴が開けられないのよ。
Well, Dad does what he has to do for his job. Choo choo.
それでお父さんとお母さん、そのイベントのお手伝いのために大至急東京に行かなくちゃならなくなったの。
So this is the same thing that happened in chapter 1.
場合によっては何日か泊まり込みになっちゃうかも。
That sounds annoying.
その間、お母さんたちいないからご飯とかみんな圭一が自炊しなくちゃならないんだけど、圭一は大丈夫？
大丈夫大丈夫。人間追い詰められたら何でもできるんだから。
That's fair, that's fair.
そうなら安心ね。ご飯くらいは炊けるでしょ。お味噌汁も作れるわよね。あとは適当にお惣菜を買ってくればご飯らしくなるから。
A meal? Yeah, I can cook rice with my camping kit. Never used a rice cooker before. Wouldn't it be easier with the rice cooker? I'm gonna be chatting less stream because I want to pay attention to the chapter 3 stuff, by the way. I love this chapter so much I want to absorb all your reactions. Fair, yeah, no worries. Nom, nom, nom. I've only ever made instant miso soup that you make in a pot of boiling water too. Well, I'll think of something.
自炊できるなら置いていくお金は少しでいいわ
I
よ
hate
ね。
your eating sounds. Why do you hate my eating sounds? What's wrong with my eating sounds? In Omori, it was even worse. What's wrong with my eating sounds?
外食は高いからしちゃダメよ。圭一もそろそろ自
Your
炊と
eating
計算
sounds in
関連を
Omori
学んでもいい
actually
頃だからね。
Wait, why? What happened with the eating sounds? What's wrong with the eating sounds? Yep. I'll get by.
なんとかなるか
So annoying. I did it for like 10 minutes. Well, if the character is eating, I have to like do that in my voice acting, okay? You could have also if it's annoying, you could have asked me to stop and I would have. What was I thinking? I was half asleep and made such a crazy empty promise. Just like manga characters always do at times like these. I bent over backwards and scratched furiously at my head. Scritch.
ふーん、圭一くんのご両親って大変なんだね。
I'm sure that's why Surplus brought up how his siblings hate so sound. I see, okay. Because yours was exceptionally awful. What do you mean by awful? Like, it just sounded... Like, what do you mean by awful, exactly? Like, it was just not good? Like, the eating sounds? Or it's just like, it just sounded too much like someone was actually eating into the mic? Like, what do you mean by awful?
圭一くん、しっかりお
Just
留
move
守番
on,
をしてなきゃね。
そんなことより飯だ飯。親がいないんだぞ。全部自分で作らなきゃならないんだぞ。これは超緊急事態だ。
それなら覚悟を決めて自炊なさればいいではありませんの。圭一さん、以前のカレーパーティーで見事なカレーを作ってみせたでは
Yeah,
あり
okay,
ませ
so
ん。
this is after that fact. So this is after the, like, curry and all that happened. So I'm guessing, okay. So I'm guessing it's at a point in time where all the events are the same, and starting from here on, some things are gonna change. But why do they change?
あのな、俺に作れるのはデイキャンプでおふくろに教えてもらったカレーがせいぜいなんだよ。3食カレーなんか食えるかよ。カレーなんて所詮はジャンクフード。
Why do they say this? That curry is junk
栄養
food.
バランスなんてかけらもない。実にいい加減な。
Mion and oh, okay, because he's talking about curry. Mion and Satoko put their hands over my mouth. Oh? Dude, it's like... The stand enters. She freezes time. A moment later, the door rattled open, and Chie-sensei, a known curry maniac, suddenly poked her head in.
今、誰かカレーの悪口を言っていませんでしたか？
言ってません。
Everyone's faces went totally white, and they all shook their heads in denial. Her eyes rolled over the classroom. Her glare wasn't just a teacher's ordinary stare.
そうですか。空耳でしたか。
Chie-sensei gave one more look around the classroom, then closed the door and went back to the teacher's lounge. I may have been shouting, but for her to hear it all the way across the hall in the teacher's lounge. That teacher is terrifying.
ケイちゃん、他の食べ物はいくらこき下ろしてもいいけど、カレーだけはやめた方がいいよ。ひなみ沢に住んでいるうちは。
I still think, by the way, that right now Mion is my favorite character.
すまん。反省します。
That's what I said, but still, I can't have curry for every meal. And cup ramen is good because you only eat it once in a while. If you ate it for every meal, you get bored of it pretty quick. Rice and miso soup, a good side dish, yes, that's what a Japanese table should look like.
ケイチくんも頑張って自炊してみればいいのに。自分で作ったご飯ってとっても美味しいんだよ。
おじさんは美味しいってよりめんどくさいけどな。でもたまにはそういう経験もいいかもね。
Okay, fair.
そうそう。人生何事も経
So
験
we
でござ
did
います
learn
よ。
that Satoko does make her own meals, like sometimes. I mean, it's mainly Rika, but sometimes Satoko does.
お指を切ったり、やけどをしたりでかわいそうかわいそう
I
な
love
のです。
miso soup. I think miso soup has grown on me. I didn't like it initially, but it's definitely grown on me to something that I like. With everyone encouraging me like this, I started to feel like maybe I could do it if I tried too. Though approximately one person didn't sound like she was encouraging me. Cooking is a skill I have to learn at some point since I want to live on my own one day. Maybe learning now wouldn't be so bad. I'm pretty uneasy about it, but
そうだな。
when I went to Japan, like my family is not a very our family doesn't like Japanese food that much, so we didn't. There's some things we liked in Japan, but we weren't really like Japanese food fanatics. You know, like it's like okay, some things were good, but it's like whatever.
この辺で多少の料理くらい得得しておかないと、今度部活で料理勝負になった時が辛い。
Yeah, she didn't say this old man. So once, oh, okay, yeah, you probably need to because yeah, and they've hammered it home many times in the first two chapters that Mion, like is the seen as the like old man or whatever. So I'm guessing do you want to be called Witch Fan 1500 now, or do you want to be called Dianea? What do you prefer? But I'm guessing she had to explain to you the
そう
thing.
ですわね。いつぞやのカレー勝負のような奇策は何度も通用しませんでございますしね。
As if scorning me, Satoko ridicules my comeback from a hopeless situation in a certain do-or-die curry showdown.
何を余裕ぶってやがる。あの時だってサトコはリカちゃんに任せっきりだったじゃないか。あの時サトコがした料理は何だ。レナのカレーに塩を一袋入れて、ミオンのご飯に塩を一袋入れて、俺の鍋をひっくり返し
Okay,
や
yeah,
がっ
so
て。
the events are the exact same from before. I relapsed into my grudge over the last curry showdown. For now, I calm my unquellable anger by pinching Satoko's ears.
いたたたたたた。
Deserved?
あれは部活だからの攻撃なんでございましてよ。私だってこう見えてもちょっとはお料理とかできましたよ。
ほう、あのカレー勝負の時、リカちゃんに任せっきりで人参の皮一つ剥かなかったお前がか。肩払いたいわ。
人間は日々進歩してますのよ。私がいつまでもお料理が下手っぴだと思ってると大間違いなんでしてよ。
I mean, she is also like a couple years younger than you, Keiichi, so it's not really much different.
僕が見てないとお鍋とか火元とか不安なのです。たまにガスの元栓も閉め忘れてるのです。
Absolutely roasting her. Wahahaha! Everyone burst out into laughter.
火元は料理以前の問題だ。いくら俺でもそれだけはない。
カップラーメンばかり食べてる人に言われたくありませんわ。でもさとこちゃんもそこそこにはお料理とかできるんだよ。
いいぞレナ。こんなやつのためにわざわ
I
ざ
mean,
フ
we
ォローなんかして
definitely
やる
learned
こと
that
はないん
Sasuke
だ
can
ぞ。
cook, right, in the last
いや
thing.
別にフォローってわけじゃないよ。リカちゃんがずば抜けて料理がうまいから目立たないだけでさ。さとこちゃんだってまあ基本くらいはマスターしてるよ。
What
少なくとも
is that?
ご飯と味噌
What
汁く
What
ら
were
い
you trying to
作
say,
れますわ。
Risa?
カ カリフラワーとブロッコリーの見分けはつかないけど。ね。どっちも茹でれば食べられるのは同じですわ。
Satsuko erupted into anger, making two fists and swinging them above her head. Everyone laughed a lot after that. What is the vegetable that she didn't like? Was it carrots? Wait, she actually said the G? I don't know. I didn't think she would actually say that. Diana eats poo. What are your thoughts on that, Diana? She stopped like, yeah.
ケイチさんに笑われるのだけは我慢がなりませんですわ。
Okay, she just keeps laughing.
他のみんなよりも料理技術は劣るかもしれない。だけどな、少なくともサトコにだけは負けない自信はあるぞ。
Well, come back, Risa?
少なくともサトコにだけは。
He's definitely gonna lose.
なんですって？急にこと書いて自信があるとは肩払いたくて笑っちゃいますわ。こう見えても私、リカと交代でご飯をちゃんと作ってますのよ。ちゃんと自炊ぐらいできるんでございますからね。
そうかそうか、自炊ができて偉いな。後でご褒美に飴玉買ってやるからな。
Okay, you see. It's okay, I trust you, Risa. I trust you. Diana just seems like that type of person, right? Right? I patted Satoko on the head while I made fun of her. Satoko seemed to know I was making fun of her too, since her face went bright red very quickly, and steam started to pour out of her like she was a kettle.
全然信じてませんのね。とにかく。ケイチさんより私の方が全然お料理が上手なんでございますよ。
Why? I've never heard this. Like, usually when it's like like, you have the groan sound with the G, you never say that, but she has to specifically say, nga.
ほう。じゃあ、カリフラワーとブロッコリーの違いを言えたら、俺も信じてやるぞ。俺、言ってみろ。
緑の方がブロッコリー。じゃなくて、黄色い方、カリフラワーが、青、赤。
Blue? How'd you get blue?
ほれ、ブロッコリーは何色だ？青、赤、緑って、テレビのブラウン管じゃあるまいし。ほれ、言ってみろ。別にブロッコリーが何色かわかんなくても、
Okay,
さと
Keiichi.
こちゃんはお料理ができるんでちゅよね。偉いでちゅよ。
And she's gonna start crying. Yeah, there we go.
ケイチさんのバカ
And there she goes. She starts crying. Oh, it's nothing to cry hysterically about. She's so goddamn cute. Okay, Keiichi. I stroked her head as hard as I could. Ruffle.
ほー、ケイちゃんもそこまで言うからには、サトコよりはまともなものを作ってみせられるんだろうね。
Remarked me on giving me just a slightly mean smile. Actually, well, I had no confidence at all in my cooking, but the situation carried me along and I decided to deliver an impressive
まあ
declaration.
見ていろ。今夜、俺はバッチリガッチリ見事な晩飯を作ってみせる。少し余計に作って明日の弁当にしてくるから、それを見て腰を抜かすがいい。
それは楽しみ
Oh,
なの
well,
です。
he's gonna like burn everything. It's just not
明日
gonna
の
come
お
out
弁
good at
当
all.
が待ち遠しいのですよ。
Rika-chan petted me on the head. Her words of can't wait sounded so transparent.
レナも楽しみにしてるね。どんなのを作ってきても、レナは笑わないからね。
She's definitely gonna laugh at whatever
と
we
なる
make.
と、明日の弁当は私も本気で作らなきゃならないようだね。じゃあこうしようか。明日のお弁当で勝負ってのはどう？もちろん部活扱いだからね。罰ゲームもついちゃうよ。
それは妙案でございますわね。
Okay, but Satsuko and Rika live together. I don't know if Keiichi knows that at this point, that they live together, but they would have to make their own
どうです
separate ones,
ケイ
right?
チさん。
I think so.
聞くなら今のうちでしてよ。
Satsuko wiped her tears and snarled at me as if this was her chance to turn things around. Maybe this is bad? I feel like maybe the conversation is getting pretty out of hand. Oh, I apologize. Now's my chance? But what came out of my Keiichi Maebara's, yes, say his full name again, mouth was a statement so reckless it even frightened me.
ああ、上等だぜ。 明日の弁当を見て
Basically,
腰を抜かすなよ。
he's a man and his ego's too big, is what I'm understanding.
おー
Everyone raised their voices in surprise at my bold, confident reply. Ah, now I've done it. What have I done? I'm so responsible.
さてミオさん、ビリになったらどんな素敵な罰ゲームになってしまうんですの？
Satsuko grinned fearlessly, as if to say it was already decided I'd be playing said fantastic punishment game.
そうだね。じゃあこんなのはどうかな。明日のお弁当勝負に負けた人は明日のお昼休み、職員室で食事中の千恵先生の前でカレーの悪口を言うってのは。
みーちゃん、
Yeah, I think that's just suicide.
なんて恐ろしい。
Everyone went pale and gasped at how truly terrifying the punishment game was. Chie-sensei is such a maniac about curry that she'd risk her life for it. And to go up to her and start saying bad things about curry? What kind of fate would await us? Just trying to imagine it was scary. And as everyone looked blankly amazed at the terrifying punishment game, Rika-chan spoke. As a
明
man!
日のお弁当は腕によりをかけますです。
Arena and Mion and Satoko, everyone nodded deeply in agreement.
もっとも圭一さんには明日のお弁当以前に今夜のお夕食の方が問題でしょうけどね。
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
俺が今夜どんな素晴らしいディナーになるか見ることができなくて残念だな。
So I wonder if they're gonna introduce
明日の
Shion
弁
early
当
on.
でその片鱗をほんの少しだけ見せて
Yeah,
や
I
るから
just said that the loser
楽しみにしてい
dies.
ろよ。
Yeah! That is what she just said.
あれだけの大見栄を切ったんですのよ。これでとんでもないのを作っちゃったらどうなるか分かってるんでござい
Yeah,
ますよ
I
ね。
didn't mean to. I was scrolling, and then I forget if you scroll down, it skips.
さとここそ明日千恵先生にどんな恐ろしい
Keiichi
目
is
に遭
definitely
わさ
losing
れる
this,
か
right? Like, there's no way he
今から楽し
wins.
みで仕方ないだろう。
He literally was freaking out about how he doesn't know how to make anything but rice and miso soup.
楽しみでしてよ。明日圭一さんはきっと土下座してそれだけはどうかご勘弁をって泣きながら言うんでしてよ。ああ、目に浮かぶようですわ。
何を
Yank. When she says the mga again. Both of us on the verge of tears pull each other's cheeks. Stretch.
自らを窮地に追い込むことで視力を振り絞ろうとは。ケイちゃん、男だね。
Oh, well, good job, Keiichi. I guess you succeeded what you wanted to. The stakes have... No, they're not.
こんなの男なんて言いませんのよ。ただの無鉄砲って言いますのよ。自分もお料理なんかろくろくできないくせに。レナは信じてるからね。素敵なお弁当楽しみにしてるよ。僕も明日の圭一がとても楽しみなのですよ。
Their expectant gaze were plain painful. I was just trying to tease Satoko a little. How did it come to this?
おう、楽しみにしててくれよ。
Keiichi, and you just couldn't say no. You couldn't say no. Ah, how am I able to say such reckless things? I'm being so unreasonable. What the heck is gonna happen to my dinner? And the bento showdown tomorrow? No, more importantly, if they make me say bad things about curry to Chie-sensei's face, what'll happen to me? He's definitely gonna have to, like, work on the curry gardens for the rest of his time. Like water the gardens. The extreme contrast between my outward bravado and my internal screaming continued as the hot and humid June afternoon dragged on. Order food, wait. Genius. That entire day, up until school was over, the whole time, my meal tonight and my bento tomorrow were the only things in my mind. And now that I thought about it, it made Mom seem amazing for planning 3 meals every day of the year. I've complained before about having the same meal in a row once in a while, but now I know how rude that was. More importantly, what am I going to do at the punishment game tomorrow? And besides, what am I going to eat tonight? Boo.
圭一くん、圭一くん。
ああ、ごめん。ちょっと考え事を。
今夜の献立のこと？それとも明日のお弁当勝負のことかな？
She hit the mark and I couldn't find anything to say. And my facial expression made obvious the fact that she hit the mark.
明日の勝負はきっとケイチくんが頑張ってお弁当を作ってこれたらそれで大丈夫だと思うよ。頑張って作った手
Thing is, this
作
is
りのお
even
弁当に
worse
優劣なんかないも
now
の。
because it's not like there's internet to search up like recipes or anything. Like you're just screwed. You would have Keiichi, yeah.
明日の勝負以前に今夜の晩飯だよ。食中毒でばったり行くかもしれない。
I couldn't make any more bluffs. I exaggeratedly drooped my shoulders and heaved a sigh from the bottom of my gut. Rena laughed in a shrill way when she saw me do that.
やっぱりケイチくんお料理全然自信なんかなかったんだね。
So I've been found out.
もしもケイチくんがどんなに頑張っても無理そうだったらレナに電話してもいいからね。
本当か？
ケイチくんがちゃんと頑張ったら。
I love the way, like, that's how I imagine his name now. Okay, yeah. It is It
何も苦労しない
is
で
an
一人
iconic
で
way
や
to
ろう
say
と
his
しちゃ
name.
ダメなんだから。
Rena seemed naive, but sometimes she was instructive. Okay, Risa. Hope you enjoyed your orange. Have a good night. Rena seemed like an adult at these moments.
どうしてもダメだったら電話するよ。その確率は極めて高いが。
ファイトオーだよ。さとこちゃんにあれだけ大見栄を切ったんだから頑張らなきゃ。
なあ、さとこってどの程度の料理ができるんだ？
少なくともケイチくんよりはできるよ。
Yeah. That was so direct. It hit me pretty hard.
さとこちゃんをあれだけいじめたんだからケイチくんはちょっぴり苦労をしてもいいかも。
レナって結構意地悪なのな。
Isn't this where they usually split up with Mion? Why are they here alone?
レナは可愛いだけじゃないんだよ。だよ。
Now that it provoked Satoko that much, I couldn't just make some crummy bento. I can't believe how loose-lipped I am.
じゃあね。頑張ってね。お料理。ケイチくんがやればできるってこと。
おう。
I waved my hand absently in response, leaving me with words of encouragement and a few pieces of super beginner advice. Rena disappeared past the trees. Okay. Very cool. Wow, it's nighttime. Okay, we're just skipping to nighttime. So during this, okay. So during this, like, section, I think when, like, his parents went down to Tokyo, that's when Keiichi was killed initially in chapter 1. Fine, I'm desperate. So what? I may not know the ABCs of navigation, and I have neither a sea chart nor a compass, but still, one idiot is taking on the ocean of the great cooking age alone. And his name is Keiichi Maibara.
よし、
Have we seen his kitchen like this before? I don't think we have.
いざ料理。
My enthusiasm is peerless. If energy and recklessness was all it took, I could take over the world. However, there are plenty of things in this world that can't be achieved with resolution alone. And cooking was probably the top contender. Once in chapter 1. Okay. Oh yeah, when he threw the mochi on the... Yeah, okay, I remember now. Alright. The next joke is... What do cats eat for breakfast? Mice Krispies. Okay, let's put this back. These are amazing. I know, right? We need to cook Keiichi while putting him in a boiling pot. Therefore, even if it was hastily prepared knowledge, I wanted something to help me. I made up my mind and fished through the kitchen cabinets. I was on the hunt for a cookbook. I was on the hunt. Okay, yeah. For a cookbook, my mom should have a few of them. For a complete amateur like me, the first thing I needed was information. Just like he who would cross the oceans needed a compass. For me, a cookbook was absolutely indispensable. Oh, here's one. Its worn out, wrinkled cover made it feel somehow reliable. Okay, as long as I've got this.
考えるより産むが安しだな。
Would you trust Keiichi in the kitchen? No, I don't think I would. I don't think I would. It's easier to give it a shot than think about it, right?
お料理の本さえあれば
Mice Krispies is too far. Why is that too far, surplus?
さすがはお料理の本。
And as such optimistic thoughts filled my chest, I flipped through the pages. However, to know what's the best Yu-Gi-Oh archetype. The slugs or serpents or whatever that was called. The lava serpents. I can't remember what it was. That's the best one. It played with technical terminology like toys. I couldn't see how to actually make things. Ah, you knew it all along, Keiichi Maibara. If anyone can make delicious food by reading a book, then there'd be no such job as a gourmet chef in the first place. First off, it calls for 3 teaspoons, but which spoon is that? I wanted you to say, yeah, I know you wanted me to say branded, but then that would be showing bias because then that's your favorite thing, and I don't know Surplus's favorite, yeah, I didn't know Surplus's favorite deck. So it's, yeah, I know you wanted me to say that, but then that would be biased because I don't know Surplus's own. So I just came up with the one that I know you used to run in the past, but don't run anymore. And it keeps saying to use however much you like? How much exactly are you supposed to use? Stop using such obscure expressions. Wow, Keiichi is so cooked if he doesn't know what a teaspoon is. I didn't know how to cook, and I knew what a teaspoon was. Strain out the water in a colander and salt and pepper to taste? What the heck is a colander? Oh, Keiichi is so screwed. And strain it out? Like, stretching? You can't stretch water drop. There's no way he knows nothing about cooking. There's no way he knows. Another thing of why Keiichi is the stupidest character. And besides, how much salt and pepper is that supposed to be anyway?
もっと初心者に優しいマニュアルはないのか
It won't do you any good to yell. Cool off, Keiichi Maibara. Think calmly. Calmly. For now, we'll leave the side dish till after. The rice is more important. Is it more important? I have to cook the rice or I can't start. I know a little bit how to cook rice. I didn't cook it with my camping kit when camping all the time for nothing. I washed the rice. That should be enough water. It is the beginner recipe. And which switch is it? Is it this button? Oh, the lamp turned on. Yeah, fully automatic rice cookers are one of the 3 sacred treasures after all. Now, pleased by the rice cooker set, I pulled myself together and decided to take on the miso soup next. The miso soup I made at day camp was all the instant kind after all. Well, it'd be more fun if I just melted the miso into hot water, no doubt. I'll boil the water and put in the miso. Huh? How much should I put in?
何人数とお好みで適量にまたしても抽象表現かああそれなら適量に入れてやるさ
How much is he gonna put? I crushed the bag of miso in my fist and put half its contents into the pot. Was this really okay? Maybe this was a little too hearty?
濃厚なお味の味噌汁がいいって言うもんなそういえばお袋の味噌汁は少し薄すぎる気がしてたんだ俺にはこれくらい入れた方が合うかもしれない
I said it aloud as if trying to convince myself. Then, convinced by my own words, I nodded to myself. Alright, the rice and miso soup were probably fine. Yeah, I don't know what... This one I think is a bit... But to be honest, there's some cookbooks that are just so vague. Like, I remember, like, a while ago in, like a lot in high school. One of my friends was making like something. It was like Jamie Oliver's recipe, and he was complaining because he was like, the recipe calls for 2 lugs of olive oil. What is a lug of olive oil? Alright, the rice and miso soup are probably fine next to side dish. But what should I make? Something I can make that would add color to the meal. That's it. Why don't I stir fry some vegetables? Okay, well that's easy. You can eat vegetables raw too, and they won't die from just a little bit of fire. Wait, why does he lock out? Why is this thing when he locks out? I was so cute then, not realizing the level of my thoughts had fallen from what would look great in a meal to what would be easy to make. There were quite a few vegetables in the refrigerator. What kind of vegetables go in a stir fry? Bean sprouts? Cabbage? Chives? Onion? Do you put cucumbers and lettuce in? For now, I grabbed a nearby cutting board, cut them into chunks, and tossed them into a wok. This has gotten pretty exciting. Is this the true worth of men's cooking? Hey, this is actually getting kind of fun. All of a sudden, there's a pile of vegetables in the wok. Alright, next is the salad oil. Glug, glug, glug went the salad oil. It'd be more exciting if I filled to the brim. Whoops, a bit leaked out. Well, no point in worrying about it, something so minor. Wait. He filled to the brim of salad oil? What did he do? The great Keiichi Maebara's cooking is exciting. Okay, let's turn off the heat. When I fill up, he just set everything on fire. He did the exact thing that he said that he would never do to Satoko. Whoosh. The salad oil is filling the wok to the brim, caught a fire, and the flames reached up to the sky? Keiichi, you're gonna burn down your house! He's so screwed. Those words were spoken by delusion. I was saying something outrageously careless, but when the words came out, they sort of convinced me? Right as the crazy pillar of flame started to burn the ceiling, that's what I mean by locks the fuck out, yeah. Wait, what? Could I have been doing something insane? The force of the flame grew stronger and stronger. Wait, what? Wait! Yeah! What is he doing? Kurthwak. Somebody forcefully struck. Wait, did he not lock his door? He just allowed anyone to walk inside? When I turned around to see what was going on, to my surprise, I saw Satoko and Rika-chan there.
Satoko? Rika-chan?
As I stood in wonder at their unexpected entrance, Satoko shoved me out of the way and turned off the gas. Then Rika-chan got a towel, soaked it in water, spread it out, and placed it over the pot. You literally could have burned down your house, Keiichi. She continued to soak more towels, put a second on, then a third. Once a whole bunch were piled on, the fire finally stopped. The idea of us, yeah. All of it happened in a few moments. Having avoided a huge fire by a hair's breadth, the three of us gasped for air. Yeah, literally, yeah.
ってお前らなんで俺の家にいるんだ住居不法侵入だぞ
それを言うなら圭一さんなんか放火の現行犯でございますのよ
This is the first time they passed by our house, right? In chapter 1 it was only been Mion and Rena. In chapter 2 it was only Rena and Shion. And I guess whatever that Mion thing was at the end. But I don't think these two have ever passed by the house.
もうすぐで大火事になるところだったではございません圭一は今日から宿なしでかわいそう
It would have been
なのです
Rika. It would have been. After pretending to be an Iron Chef, I finally began to take in the situation.
やっぱりあれは火事になりかけてた
当たり前でございません
Is that not obvious? Yeah. He would have dumped water on the oil, causing his entire house. He definitely would have done that, yeah. Does his house not have a fire extinguisher?
ではございません。続けていいのは男の背中だけですのよ。
Satoko was seriously mad at me. Maybe they saved my life. According to what they said, I was so absorbed in my fiery cooking that I hadn't noticed when Satoko and Rika-chan rang the doorbell, but they could tell someone was home, so they came in to check. Thank goodness, they did.
僕とさとこが来なかったら、今頃ボーボーで消防車がうーなのです。
That is so true, Rika.
ケイイチさん、そろそろ事の重大さが飲み込めまして。
He's literally getting told off by two 10-year-olds, yeah. At some point, I sat on my knees and listened obediently.
すみませんでした。皆さんは命の恩人です。
素敵なディナーがどんなものかと来てみれば。
Okay, she's a man.
案の定このざまですし、これじゃ出来上がりを見るまでもありませんわね。
嫌味なやつ。じゃあサトコたち、俺が夕食にどんなものを作るか見に来たってわけか。
その嫌味に命と家を助けられたの、よーく肝に銘じた方がよろしいのではありません？
Yeah, I know.
はい、すみませんでした、サトコさん。
This guy Keiichi, I'm waiting for like episode 7963, all right, when Keiichi is the GOAT, because right now he is the stupidest, worst character in this entire thing. At this point, having shown them such a disaster, I couldn't exactly make any more bluffs. I completely surrendered.
カレーの時は結構頑張ってましたのに、あの時のケイイチさんはどこに行ってしまいましたの？まったく。
あの時は後輩職に手伝ってもらって、他の班の鍋を丸ごと借りただけで。
Okay, wait, so this is still after
別に俺が料理したわけじゃ。
Okay, wait. So did the entire stuff with Mion and the plushie happen as well? Because if the underclassmen helped him there, that means that he would have, yeah, if the underclassmen helped him, that means he would have made that deal with them.
ケイイチさん、そんなズルをしてましたの？まったく、いくら部活とはいえとんでもない手を使いますのね。
Pouring salt into the other team's paws seemed far more terrible to me. Satoko was in control right now though, so I couldn't respond. I obediently hang my head to her.
ところでケイイチさん、この凄まじいお鍋、まさか味噌汁だなんて言わないでしょうね。
Satsuko stared at the pot totally full of miso with an awful expression. Can you stop before the ads leave? Wait, like pause? Oh, okay, yeah, I'll pause till ads are gone. Okay. Alright, we'll wait then for surplus. You don't need to sub. I don't mind waiting. If you want me to wait. So right now, I still wonder why things are different than why things happen differently than chapter 1, right? Because chapter 1, there's that entire thing of going to the dump site, but then chapter 2, it seems like they didn't go to the dump, like the dump site wasn't mentioned whatsoever in chapter 2. Oh my gosh, my teeth's starting to hurt. Why? Yeah, why didn't they go to the dump site? I don't know. In chapter 2, but chapter 3 does seem to continue off from pretty similar to chapter 2, so that's good. Also, Rena said that she would help Keiichi, but after he struggled first, so I wonder if with them being here, what the entire thing is. Also, they came in the night though, that's it's a far distance from them to go from there to here. Why doesn't Keiichi lock his door? That's also another thing. He just allowed random people to walk it. There's just so many things. Keiichi is just... This guy sucks. So much. And everything did blow. Okay, so does so lip sync is on. How does this look now? Why does Satoko look like that, man, in that? How does it look like in Manga Gamer? I mean, it's fine. I can see why though. Why you don't like the manga gamer art. Like it's definitely. I didn't mind it at first, but like now that I look at it, it just feels very, very generic. I understand now. It doesn't feel like them. Maybe if I looked at it though differently, it would. Like if I started from it, I would feel different about it though. But definitely like looking at these and then going back to the manga gamer, it does not look good at all. Satsuko stared at the pot, totally full of miso, with an awful expression. So I really did get the amount wrong. Judging by the look on Satsuko's face, whatever was in the pot couldn't be called miso anymore.
味噌汁はともかくご飯はうまく炊けた
And
は
the
ず
rice
だ
is not even cooked because he didn't press the
最
button,
近の
right?
炊飯器は便利だからなきっとそろそろ炊けてる頃だ
みー、炊けてないです。
It's not. Yeah, he didn't. I knew he didn't cook it, dude. Like,
ほ
oh.
ら、まだ中身も全然お水なのですよ。
Ads are done now. Nice. Yeah, I just went off the timer at the top left to see when ads finished.
えあれだってちゃんとスイッチを入れたらランプが点灯して
ケイイチさん、あなたが押したボタン。これ、タイマーのボタンですのよ。朝食用にセットしてあるから、電源が入るのは明日の早朝でしたよ。
Yeah.
ってことは何か俺は結局おかずは元より味噌汁もご飯すらも何も自炊できなかったってことか
ざまあありませんわね。どうです？ようやく身の程を思い知りまして。さあ、認めなさいませ。私前原圭一は北条聡子さんよりもお料理の下手っぴな口先男です。
Yeah, you scoff at him, Satoko. What is that yell? It's like I swear when Keiichi was getting like murdered, he didn't scream as much as this. This is ridiculous. What was that scream?
私は聡子より料理の下手っぴなダメダメ男でございました。どうもすみませんでした。
Like, what is that? Man?
私は聡子よ
Your
り料
pride
理
being
の
hurt
下
is
手っぴ
worth
な
it. Yeah, I guess
ダ
so.
メダメ男でございました。
I fainted in
どうも
agony.
すみませんでした。
I fainted in agony. Oh, well, Surplus, you got the Catboy for 20 minutes, not for 10. Rika-chan patted my head, satisfied at the sight. Satoko laughed loudly in triumph. I've completely lost. In the end, I talked big but couldn't make a single dish adequately. At this rate, I'll go without dinner. And tomorrow morning, no breakfast, and no bento for lunch either. I didn't know how many days it would be before my parents returned, but at this rate, without a doubt...
飢え死にだ。もちろん明日の弁当もなし。
Yeah, that is exactly it, Surplus. Like he's being murdered and he's just like, oh no, like whatever. Literally, like, I don't know.
そして明日の罰ゲームも俺で決まり。ギャー
What are you? What is happening? Rika-chan kept on patting my head with a smile on her face that couldn't possibly get any bigger. Satsuko, completely appalled at how unsightly I looked, heaved a heavy sigh.
大の男が情けないったらありゃしませんのね。ほら、おどき遊ばせ。
As I sobbed like a girl, Satsuko, displeased, brushed me aside, dumped the remains of the miso soup into the sink tidy, and then began to rinse out the pot.
いいよ、サトコ。自分の後片付けくらい俺がやるよ。
I couldn't have Satsuko clean up the cooking utensils I'd made a mess of. But when I tried to stop her, Rika-chan pulled on my clothes.
圭一は黙って見ているといいのですよ。
She grinned as she said it.
黙って見てろって。何言ってるんだ、リカちゃん。
まあ、そういうことですわね。圭一さんは黙って私に任せればいいんですのよ。
Satsuko turned around and declared, seeming bothered. As if to say that amateurs should keep their hands off. Her annoyed expression was a little scary.
任せるって何を
Satsuko didn't answer. Instead, she spun back around and began to rifle through the pots and refrigerator.
おいおい、あまりいじり回すなよ。ひっくり返したりしたら、俺が後でお袋に怒
Ouch,
られるんだ
amateur.
からな。
I mean, is there any other word that describes him right now.
うるさい男ですわね。男子厨房に立ち入らずでしたよ。リカあいあいさですよ。
Satoko snapped her fingers, and Rika-chan got on her tiptoes, grabbed me by the back of my neck, and started dragging me away. Ah! Leaving Satoko alone in the kitchen, Rika-chan dragged me back to the living room.
おいおい、リカちゃん。もう話してくれよ。サトコに任せたら、台所が大変なことに。
今日のサトコは、ケイイチを見返しに来たのですよ。復讐なのです。
復讐？
I was filling up a wine glass and looking at my arm for some reason. You were gonna drink unsweetened tea out of a wine glass? Very refined. Keiichi's redemption will come. You just have to wait another 150 hours. Okay, I'll wait.
そういえば、サトコのやつ、どこか険しい顔を。
Eventually, from the kitchen, there was a sign of a faucet being twisted and a stove dial being turned on. I began to hear the nostalgic sounds that made me envision dinner time. The refrigerator opening and closing, ingredients being cut on the chopping board. What did that mean? Was Satsuko... was she cooking?
ケイイチにいっぱいいっぱいバカにされましたですから、サトコは自分にもお料理がちゃんとできるところをケイイチに見せたかったのですよ。
こうして音だけ聞いてる限りでは、お皿を落とす音も、破裂音も爆発音も聞こえてこないな。
I just got a cramp in my hand. At this point, I understand though, sometimes you just zone out. Like you're doing something and then you just zone out and then you don't realize it. At this point, at least, she had proven she was more a skillful cook than me. In the cooking showdown with Satoko Hojo versus Keiichi Maebara, it looked like victory had already been decided. I recall Satoko's slightly annoyed expression from before.
日中、サトコのことを、ちょっとバカにしすぎちゃったよな。ひょっとして、それで根に持たれた？
Cleaned it all up? Nice. We were just provoking each other with our usual back and forth, but I also think I maybe overdid it. At the very least, I shouldn't have made fun of Satoko, who could cook for herself when I had never cooked other than for recreation before.
サトコはそんなの根に持っていませんです。
Unwitch-like? Is that a witch thing to... Or sorry, is that not a witch thing to spill tea? That doesn't seem relevant in any way.
でも、こうしてわざわざ俺のところまで押しかけてきたくらいだろ。やっぱり怒ってるに違いないよ。
I quietly took a peek into the kitchen. She definitely looked different than the usual bird-brained Satoko. Okay, surplus. Wow. I wouldn't go that far. She definitely looked different than the... okay, her eyes were sharp and her movements were brisk to the point it was a little scary. He definitely did, yeah. Then she must have noticed me because she turned around and shot me an annoyed glare. I cringed in fear and hastily pulled my head back out.
怒ってる！やっぱり怒ってる！ああ、俺はどんな復讐をされるんだろう！ああ！
サトコは失敗したくないから真剣なだけなのです。怒ってなんかいないのですよ。
あれのどこが怒ってないって言うんだよ！
But to be honest, it's like... Yes, he said sorry, unlike Mion, but at the same time, Rika immediately told him there was an issue and then he apologized, you know? And they also came. Mion kind of just avoided him for forever.
あんなおっかなそうなサトコ、初めて見たよ！
ケイイチさん、ちょっと聞こえてますの？
はい！
Yeah, you're yelling, Keiichi. She's right in the next room. I don't know what you're talking about. I jumped at Satoko's angry outburst and faced towards the kitchen. I felt exactly like a kid who had done something bad and gotten calls at the teacher's lounge.
お味噌ってどこにしまってありますの？冷蔵庫がでかくて全然わかりませんですわよ。
すみません！味噌はその、冷蔵庫の中段扉の中の、下の網棚の左奥に。
なんですのこれは。お味噌のパックは使ったらちゃんと口を閉じなさいですわよ。
Yeah, literally.
冷蔵庫の中がお味噌で汚れてしまってるではありませんよ。
Is it getting the fridge dirty?
いや、すみません！
Before I can look for something to wipe it with, Satsuko wiped it off with a wet dish towel.
まったく、男の人ってのはどうしてこう後片付けがずさんなんでございますの？
Well, Keiichi is a man. We have
そのま
established
ま
that.
大人になったらと思うとゾッとしましたよ。
Ugh, I couldn't talk back to Satoko today. The only thing I could do was obediently lower my head and apologize. As Satoko nitpicked, and I apologized, a good smell began to fill the kitchen.
お味噌汁のお味噌はこう。お玉に少量をすくい取ってお箸で溶きながら、少しずつ加えて味見をしながら慎重にですよ。
I don't know, that is pretty
丸
accurate.
ごとひねり出してお鍋に
If he said that, you know, maybe I would get a bit more respect for him.
すみません。家庭科の授業は真面目にやってませんでした。
情けない。まったく、これだから男の人は。
I cowed at her annoyed-sounding muttering. Looking at her like this, she seemed quite good at cooking. It had been overshadowed by Rena and Rika-chan's artistic abilities. Satoko's skills were clearly enough to get passing remarks.
さあさあ、そんなところでぼーっとしてる暇がございましたら、食卓にお茶碗の用意をなさいませ。私もリカも
What
食べま
Satoko's
すから、
hate for
用
men?
意は
I
3
don't
人
know.
分ですわよ。
Maybe she has some trauma, so that, like, from what I've heard. So maybe it's something like that.
はいはい。
I hastily took a 3 people's worth of dishes and such from the cabinets and headed to the dining room. When I returned there, I could hear laughter from a variety show on the television. Rika-chan was sprawled out on the couch watching television and relaxing. When she noticed me putting the dishes on the table, she came scampering up.
もうすぐご飯なのです。圭一のうちでご飯なのです。ニッパ
リカちゃんは上機嫌みたいだな。サトコの不機嫌とはえらい違いだ。
ー。さとこは全然不機嫌じゃないです。久しぶりにとても楽しそうなのですよ。
楽しそう？あれがか？
さとこがニーニーと一緒だった頃みたいです。こんなに楽しそうなさとこを見るのは本当に久しぶりなのですよ。
Nee. What the heck is nee? Is it a sound cats make?
ニーニー
Or is
は
it-
ニーニーです。
Yeah, okay, it's her brother.
さとこのお兄さんなのですよ。
Okay, so we're gonna find more about Satoko's brother from her here.
サトコの兄。
サトシと言いますです。名前くらい聞いたことがありませんですか？
Satoshi Hojo. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. At least he didn't go to our school.
サトシっていうのか。サトコの兄貴は。初めて聞いたな。
She had a brother, huh? Oh, this is new music. I didn't know that.
いるのですよ。
Saying that, Rika-chan grinned even more brightly and went nippa again.
サトシと一緒にいる時のサトコはいつもこんな風で楽しそうだったのですよ。本当に久しぶりにこんな楽しそうなサトコを見ますのです。
Yay, nippa. However, I looked at it. She seemed to be in a bad mood. But her good friend Rika-chan was saying that it was actually the opposite.
楽しそうなのか。
My bad, surplus, okay?
きっとニーニーと一緒だった頃を思い出してるに違いないのです。懐かしいのですよ。
Has she said it audibly? Yes, she has. She has. She said it earlier. Can't remember where. But there's Meep. She definitely said it.
懐かしい？じゃあ今はサトコとは別居なのか。
Maybe Satoko's older brother Satoshi is actually a lot older than her. Play it? Where is it? I don't even like. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. It's very iconic and only appears now. Like, you mean it doesn't appear in the first 2 chapters? It only starts appearing now. Yeah, I don't know where she said it, but she did say it.
サトコはそのサトシって兄と仲は良かったみたいだな。
Yeah, I don't know why. Blind? Where'd you get the star? Oh, here, okay.
もうすぐご飯なのです。圭一のうちでご飯なのです。ニッパー。
There we go.
はい。とても仲良しな兄弟だったです。
See, I do see. She spread her arms wide to demonstrate the width of how well they got along. According to Rika-chan, Satoko supported her docile, slightly unreliable older brother through nagging. That was their relationship. I see. That certainly applied to the current situation. We had me, unreliable, unable to cook, and even a single dish properly, and Satoko, who redid it while scolding me. Could Satoko have been getting a glimpse of her brother who now lived far away through me?
いつもあんな感じで、サトシに小言を言いながら、だけどしっかりと支えながら、仲良く生活してたんだな。
今日圭一のところへ来たのだって、さとこが言い出したのですよ。
She said there's no way the unreliable Keiichi-san could possibly make dinner. We need to go make it for him.
じゃあ、別に復讐とか見返すとか、そういう意味で来たんじゃなかったのか。
My phone just has the start as an accessible key saying with, oh, okay, okay.
放っておけなかったのですよ。
Depending on when this chapter ends, or like this segment ends, we might end early, like you know, or end after one segment. But tomorrow, or for the next few days, I will guarantee we do longer streams to get through some stuff. I'm just very hungry right now.
さとこは今でもしっかり者の妹なのです。
I was an only child. I didn't know how it felt to have siblings. Of course, I've never had a little sister like Satoko. But I felt like in this moment, I was an older brother, obediently and helplessly being looked after by her. Without any teasing or messing around, I'm gonna give her thanks for her trouble. That's what I honestly thought.
圭一さん、おしゃもじがどこにあるかわかりませんでしたよ。
ああ、ごめん。しゃもじは、その右脇の引き出しの中に。
I feel like that's the first place you check. I ran to the kitchen, got the lid out of the drawer, and offered it to Satoko.
さあ、出来上がりでしたよ。もうお茶碗とかは準備できてますの？
I'm trying to drink less sugary drinks. Yeah, I actually think sugary drinks are the, like, easiest way to get sugar. And they're also the easiest thing to cut off. Like, for me, since I moved, I started living by myself, I really drink water, like, 95% of the time. Yeah, same.
ああ、もう準備 OK だぜ。
では、ご飯にしましょうですわね。リカ、お夕飯ですわよ。みー。
I heard Rika-chan's effervescent voice coming from the dining room. Trying to do unsweetened tea and water now. Yeah, that sounds good. Unsweetened tea is a treat. Makes sense. Yeah, the only, like, drink that I will... Okay, no, there are two things I drink that it's not, Yeah, there are two things that I drink that's not water. Milk and iced tea. Those are the two things that I do.
圭一さんは炊飯器を持ってきて
And
く
then
ださいます
if I really want to, I will drink, like, hot tea. But usually I'm not bothered to make it.
ひっくり返さないように注意するんですのよ。
ああ、気をつけるよ。
I can carry a rice cooker just fine without being warned about it. Like, green tea, I like. I thought about replying like that, but I decided not to. No mean words or witty retorts today. Love tea, don't really do coffee. Yeah, same. I feel like most people are either tea or coffee. I am a tea person. I do not like coffee at all. Coffee has always tasted way too bitter for me. I've never liked it. Rice with steam billowing from it and miso soup, as well as a handful of side dishes. On the table was a truly firm, family-oriented dinner. It wasn't weird at all or extravagant. It was a daily meal, the sort a housewife would make. It was very nonchalant and brimming with liveliness.
では、いただきますですわよ。
いただきまーす。
At Satoko's command, Rika-chan and I both thanked her in a loud voice.
俺、サトコのことは侮ってたよ。完全に敗北だ。
Why are they, like, going deep into Satoko already? Like, they didn't do this with like, Rena or Mion. When I put a bunch of candy corn in it, then I don't think that's really coffee then.
少しは見直しまして。リカやレナさんに比べれば、私もまだまだですけど。
Alright, that was good.
へい。おみそれしやした。
After I honestly admitted defeat, Satoko's expression finally softened, and she laughed with her normally loud and cheerful voice.
お、ご飯、いい感じで炊き上がってるな。
Let me get the next joke out. How do cats end an argument? They hiss and make up. Come on, this can go down. The cards are not being put in properly. I don't like you anymore. Why? You're the one that redeemed it, okay? Because of my Christmas, you get a cat joke now when you redeem the... Why is this not going down? Why are we all highlighting these messages? So she used the rice cooker. It tasted a little different from the rice my mom made. Maybe she used a different amount of water for it. Even so, I could get Satoko's personality from the rice, which made it taste better than usual. I don't know if I felt like it. I see, okay. The miso soup was a little on the thick side, but it was still delicious. While not exactly flashy, it tasted great as well. It was also appetizing, and I couldn't
お
stop
かずも
eating.
よくできてるよ。さとこも決して料理は下手じゃないぞ。
I gave my honest impression without a hint of sarcasm. Satoko seemed to have been expecting some, because when I praised her so honestly, she got flustered instead.
褒められるのは光栄ですけど、おかずはお惣菜屋さんで買ったものを温めただけですし、これとこれは缶詰を開けただ
I
け
mean,
で
yeah,
すし。
Keiichi, when you want to cook and you wanted to make a vegetable stir fry, you put oil up to the brim of the pot. I'm sorry. Like, that is an entirely different level of, ineptness. That's a word.
自分でちゃんと作ったのは、ご飯と味噌汁だけなんですのよ。
Satsuko said, embarrassed, her face a bit flushed. There was none of her normal verbal abuse or sarcasm
ご
in there
飯と
either.
お味噌汁しか作ってませんけど、出来合いのおかずを並べれば、そこそこに立派にはなりますのよね。
うちのお袋だって出来合いのお惣菜は使うし、缶詰だって使うよ。そんなので恥ずかしがることはないだろう。これは立派な夕食
Whatever,
だよ。
same thing. It means the same thing, okay? You just have to... Anything's a word if you try hard enough. Words are really whatever it gets put in the dictionary. And even those can be wrong. Satsuko, she is, yeah. Look at it. I blend in. I blend into Satoko.
私にもそこそこのお料理ができることが分かっていただけたのでしたら、おかわりいります？お味噌汁はまだありますですわよ。
Mion is green. So you're saying that Satoko is gonna be my favorite color just because that she's yellow and I'm yellow? Did that brat just awkwardly change the subject? When I realized my response had been on the mark, it made me a little happy.
こうしてご飯を食べてると、サトシと一緒にご飯
Yes,
を
okay.
食べてるみたいで楽しいのです。
Great quote. Listen, you know what I'm talking about. Mion is blue? Why is she blue?
懐かしいですわね。
Yeah, I did say that, didn't I?
一体今頃、どこでどうしてるやら。
Need to add a bot where we can make... What do you mean add a bot where we can make quotes? Like, how does that work? I can look into that, but like, you have to tell me more like what you mean about that. She had a faraway smile, as if yearning for a friend who had moved away. Like, I'm not joking because I'm colorblind. Her hair looks far more blue than green to me. That has to be then colorblindness. Didn't tell us know that apparently her hair is green, not blue. Damn. That's crazy. Wait, so you and Diane like never talked about like I feel like their colors have to come up at some point. So what her like Rika and Mion's hair looks like the exact same like quote and you can look them up with another command. Okay.
申し訳ないですわね。サトシっていうのは、私のニーニー、じゃなくて、兄なのですのよ。
あ、うん。
So she calls him Nini as well.
そうなんだ。
Nini must have been a nickname for only Satoko used for him. It was funny to see her hastily deny it. You think her hair color is relevant to the
家出なん
mystery?
て解消があったなんてびっくりでございますけど。
Kind of. I mean, Shion and Mion have the same hair color. That has relevance to it.
そのうち値を上げでひょっこり帰ってくるに決まってますわ。
Mio's hair is a much lighter blue than... Oh, okay, it's like a turquoise then? More of a teal, I see.
家出したんだ。
There was another story to what Satoko had said so cheerfully. The reason for Satoshi not living with her was a little serious. Listen, all I'm saying is, they still have this chapter over here. Not that. They still have this in chapter 2 over here. They still have this thing at the very... This achievement who has yellow hair. You know, that I feel like that definitely has something. Is Rika's outfit green right now? Let me see. Yes, it is green right now. It is like a light shade of green. Everyone had been talking about it in such an upbeat way, so I continued to talk about him. Did I have not broached the subject at all? I hastily took a look at Satoko's face after thinking that, but there was no trace of the gloomy expression I'd been worrying about. He looks blue to me, I see.
一人暮らしに憧れるなんて年頃らしい夢ではありませんの。どうせニーニーには長続きするはずもありませんけどね。ご来性のない人ですから。サトシはああ見えてもとても我慢強い人なのですよ。サトコが思ってるよりもずっと我慢強いのです。
Yeah, really, it is. Yeah, this is a very somber wholesomeness. Yes. I like that. I do like this scene a lot as well.
リカはちょっと甘やかしすぎですのよ。
If I stared at it long enough, I think that's your brain like playing tricks on you, I feel.
帰ってきたらもっと優しくしてあげた方が良いのです。
Satsuko and Rika-chan's views regarding Nini, aka Satoshi, were parallel to each other. Rika is bald. What if someone's colorblindness just allowed them to not see a certain color? What if colorblindness doesn't mean like you don't see certain shades? It's just you don't see the color. So someone did see Rika as bald if they couldn't see blue. They were so optimistic too, even though he had run away from them. It was like they were going to see him again next week. Satsuko and Rika-chan both liked Satoshi, even now, and waited for him, believing he would surely return. I never met him, but I know for sure that the Satoshi person was a really good guy. I thought Satoko would be deeply hurt by her brother running away. Really? Okay. I didn't know that was a thing. She had already overcome that. She was still being the energetic little sister, always full of vim and vigor, as if to say that her brother could come back any time he liked. I thought that Satoko didn't think through anything and was just frolicked and played practical jokes every day, and that was it. But she was really... yeah.
なんで私の頭を撫でますの？
I roughly rubbed a hand through Satoko's hair.
俺、サトコのことを誤解してたよ。お前がこんなにしっかり者だなんて思わなかった。
Satoko seemed to think I was making fun of her and tried to bat my hand away. But then she saw that there wasn't even a trace of malice on my face and obediently granted me her head.
うん。サトコはしっかり者。うんうん。
私は最初からしっかり者でしたよ。ケイイチさんに合わせて悪ふざけしてあげてたに過ぎませんわ。
There was her usual provocation, but I decided not to buy into it today.
そうだな。俺に合わせてふざけてただけなんだよな。
Bald Tuno. Yes, I am bald, okay? Like look at my slimy head. Okay? I'm bald, but so what? So what? Let's see, where is oh here, okay. 35, 45. Okay, good. Boom.
でも本当はこんなにもしっかり者。
Look at the light shine off my head. I could blind someone with it. That's how bald I am. But I could also grow hair if I wanted to, you know? When I become that, I'm no longer bald.
偉い偉い。
本当に褒めてますの？なんだかバカにされてるような。
俺は全然バカにしてないぞ。真面目に褒めてる。バカにしてるときはリカちゃんも一緒に撫でるからな。
それもそうですわね。リカは人を小バカにするときよく頭を撫でますものね。缶詰のイワシさんが美味しいのですよ。
These canned what is she eating? Rika-chan went nippa and her smile became even brighter. You aren't funny. What did I even say? What was that quote Keiichi said in early chapter 1? What quote? That laughter lightened up the table. It's your real name. Yeah, and the coolest name of all time? The crab in Ariel is named that, okay? I don't know a guy cooler than him. And then, I finally came to realize something really
笑い
obvious.
ながら食べる食事って美味しいよな。
もちろんなのですよ。笑いはご飯を美味しくするのです。失礼ですわね。ご飯が美味しいのは私のお料理が美味しいからに決まってますわよ。
Why do you pronounce it that way? What do you mean? What did I pronounce in what way? This harmonious moment, this happy circle, was completely different than spending time with family, but still somehow nostalgic.
さとこはニーニーに会いたいか？
I do everything in my power just so everything can stay like this, yeah. But it feels like he was also a lot of the time in chapter 1 people were begging him to like for things to go back to the way it was, but Keiichi was the one that was constantly pushing everyone away. Ariel? Is that not like, is it wrong?
ニーニーなんて言ってませんですわ。兄とお呼びなさいですわ。
Hey, wait, you've been saying Nini this, Nini that this whole time. I grinned wryly and decided to just call him brother like she told me
さとこ
to.
は
Gulp the
兄貴に会い
water.
たいか？
I'm actually a normal slime right now. Well, okay, so I guess this is part of drinking. Like, what do you mean? You want me to lick my water? Lam, 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 lam. Like, is that what you want me to do? Well, okay, I think that's part of my accent. Thank you, no problem. I think that's part of my accent coming in. Because, I mean, if it's like going back to my actual... Because my accent has been somewhat Americanized, right? Going to an American school and everything, but I still have habits from my old accent. So if I'm really going back to like my old accent, if I'm like thinking about it, it would be like Ariel. That's how it would be saying it. So, but because I've been Americanized a bit, like, so that's where I get the Ariel come from. But like the second part is still kept from the last part, but the first part is the part that is like, I guess, what people expect. Rika-chan stopped eating, then looked back and forth between my face and Satoko's. Satoko was smiling. Like, a lot of stuff, like, I've realized that a lot of that, because of my mix of accents and, like, a bunch of different things, I will say some words really weirdly. No, I mean, it is very strange. Like, it is a strange way to say it. No, I completely understand why it sounds weird. But it's like, even though my accent sounds like westernized normally, I still have some habits from my previous one, which a lot of times I didn't even realize myself until other people pointed out, and then I started thinking about it. Satoko was smiling. She looked like she was trying to choose her words. Just from that, Satoko conveyed her feelings. Honestly, she wished he would come home right now. But she wasn't that weak. Satoshi should just do what he wanted until he was satisfied. In return, she let him have the scolding of his lifetime. And then she'd have dinner with him and lay out his futon for him.
会いたいかと言われれば、もうすぐで1年になりますもの。
Almost a year. It's been that long already. Rika-chan smiled thinly, her eyes appearing to look far away.
まあ、ニーニーの好きにすればいいのですわ。少しでも生活力を身につけて、たくましくなって帰ってきてくれれば。
What are you making me read, Dainair? What is this? Did you, like, change the words yourself, or is this, like, actual copy pasta? To meow or not to meow? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep, to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a communication, 'tis a consummation, devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's a rub, for in that sleep of death, what dreams may come. I only changed the first part. For what reason? For what reason? Like, did you have to feel the need to change that first part?
ほら、またニーニーって言った。
言いましたですね。言ってま
I
せん
couldn't
わ
be
よ。
arsed to finish it. You could have put it into ChatGPT to finish it.
ニーニーのことをニーニーなんて言いませんわよ。
Things rapidly return to the usual lively atmosphere of lunchtime at school. I'm not using AI. I mean, fair, but if you said you couldn't be arsed to finish it, so instead of changing the entire thing, you just decided to keep it as it is. I could understand if like, oh, I don't want to use AI, I want to do it myself, fine. But you just change 2 words and then just copy pasted the normal thing. Nothing changed about Satoko's feelings towards her brother. That's exactly what happened. But then wouldn't it have been better to use ChatGPT there? She was living so bravely and so strongly. Hey Satoshi, your sister's trying so hard to watch the place while you're gone, isn't she? Give it a rest and come back soon. Got it? Is Satoshi gonna come back this chapter? You're getting how am I the one getting philosophical?
そろそろお片付けを
To
し
use
ない
AI or
と
to
お眠
not
りに
use
なる時間な
AI
のです。
was when we were all watching TV while enjoying some tea after dinner. There's no way, Surplus, you're having me do that. Like, you're having me do the Keiichi yell. Rika yelled out a big yawn and then spoke. Dude, in the Keiichi voice, very loud. 2 people are trying to sleep above me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude, my neighbor's true Keiichi form. Oh my gosh. We didn't want this warm moment to end. Maybe we didn't want to say anything.
いけませんわね。まだ食器を洗っていませんでした。
いいよ、そんなの。それくらい俺がやっておくよ。
You missed a scream? Wah!
飯をごちそうになって、食器まで洗わせるわけにはいかないよ。
本当に大丈夫ですの？
Are you sure it'll be alright?
慣れない人が洗うと、お皿とか洗剤で滑って落としちゃいますわよ。
Oh my gosh, I swear I'm gonna get a noise complaint or something. Jeez, she turned into a perfect nagging little sister. It was charming and awkward. Emotions like that were all mixed up inside me. I gave her a vague, dry smile.
圭一だって、お皿くらい洗えますですよ。割ったお皿で怪我をしたら、明日学校
No,
で
the-
体
which
操
one?
してあげますです。
How do you even want me to say that? Like, what do you want me to say? Watch it? I'll watch it. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait, here. Let me do it here. it's pretty it's been peaked so many times. Get guttural. Is that what he wanted? Rika-chan yawned again, so wide you could see her molars. That's very descriptive.
圭一さんって見かけと違って随分と頼りない方でござ
Does
い
he
ますから
look
ね。
reliable? Does it... Okay.
やれやれ。サトコの中の圭一株は大暴落みたいだな。安心しろ。皿くらい。
I wanted
きっ
that,
ちり
but
と洗っ
5
てみせる
seconds
ぞ。
longer. Yeah, that's fine, Simba. It's fine, okay? I'm done with the screaming. I'm done with the
安心
screaming.
して帰れ。っていうか、こんな時
Is
間
the
じゃ
clip name good?
サト
What's
コ
the
たち
clip
だけに
name?
帰らせられないよな。
Crazy man. I'm not crazy, okay? If I do something when someone gives me the points, okay? That's an equal transaction.
家まで送るよ。自転車の鍵を。
私たちを送った後、一人で家に帰るのは圭一さんではありませんの。夜道に迷って、高津戸あたりに迷い込んだら大変です
You
の
do
よ。
it because it's
あの
so
辺り
true.
お家も明かりも全然ありませんから。
I was trying to worry about them going home, but I didn't think they'd be worried about me getting lost. I'm really that unreliable. She really is being critical, but yeah, this feeling I have, it's not bad. So I ended up not needing to escort them. I saw Satoko and Rika-chan to the gate.
今日は本当にありがとうな。おかげで、とても文化的な夕飯にありつけたよ。
さとこが来なかったら、今頃圭一は
Growling and
グーグーで
yowling.
ニャーニャーだったのです。本当ですわね。本当来てよかったですわ。
They really saved me. I gave them another bow filled with gratitude.
そうそう。ご飯とおかず
We've
を
not
残りのタッ
seen
パーに
this
詰めて
this
きましたから。
Satoko like
明日は
pose
水をお弁当になさい
other
ませ。
other than only in this chapter we've seen it so far. We've never seen her make like this face or whatever.
あと、明日の朝食は食パンとジャムがいいですわね。いちごジャムとピーナッツバターが冷蔵庫中段の右端にありましたわ。あと、粉末ココアが食器棚の右上の
Cocoa powder? What does cocoa powder have to do with anything? I know all that. You don't have to go into detail. I was about to say that, but I decided to humbly listen to her. It was then that I realized that Satoko, who appeared to be in bad mood, was in fact in a great one, just like Rika-chan had said. And though she nagged a lot, she was very kind.
では、おやすみなさいなのですよ。寝る前にはちゃんと歯を磨くんですのよ。5分以上かけてしっかりと磨きなさい
Dude,
ま
why
せ。
has she become our mom or something now? What
わ
happened
か
here?
ったよ、サトコ。ちゃんと歯も磨くし、明日の朝飯も用意する。弁当も忘れないようにするよ。
いつもより早めに起きないと朝食やお弁当の支度ができませんわよ。なんなら少し早いくらいの時間に目覚まし代わりに電話して差し上げましょうか。
Dude, like, she's actually being our mom. What is this now?
そこまでしてくれなくても大丈夫だよ。目覚まし時計を少し早めにセットしておくことにする。ありがとな。いろいろと気にしてくれて。
Satsuko looked like she had more fault finding to do, but she stopped and leaving me with a good night, got on her bike and disappeared down the nighttime road. And now they disappear. Rika-chan went to do the same, but then remembered something and came back.
どうしたリカちゃん。忘れ物か？
今日の圭一は100点満点でした。パチパチパチなのです。
Rika-chan suddenly complimented me. She clapped her small hands. What was she on about?
別に褒められるようなことはしてないだろう。
He's not a wait a
早
second.
く自宅を火事にするところだったし。
さとこもきっとニーニーが帰ってきたような気がしてとても楽しかったと思いますです。たまにこれからもさとこのお小言に付き合ってあげてほしいのですよ。
サトコに小言を言われる頼りない兄貴。サトシの代わりになってやれっていうことか？
Rika-chan didn't say anything. She just smiled and went all nippa.
サトシってさ、こんなにもできた妹と一緒で何が不満だったの？
Sato cool. Wait. That's a cool nickname for her.
俺がサトシだったら絶対に家出なんかしないぞ。
サトシにはサトシなりの事情があったのです。きっと。
I didn't know what he was unhappy with. Whatever the reason, it was no excuse for abandoning Satoko.
早く帰ってくるといいな。俺じゃ多分本物のニーニーの代役はいつまでも務まらないぜ。
大丈夫ですよ。今日の圭一はサトシそっくりだったのです。またお願いしますなのですよ。
If that's what would make Satoko happy, I'd take on this easy role whenever I needed to.
いいか
Satoko stopped her bike under a distant exterior light and called out to her friend, who wasn't coming no matter how long she waited.
では、僕はもう行きますですよ。おやすみなさいなのです。
ああ、おやすみ。
僕ではサトシの代わりをできませんが、ケイチならできます。これで、僕も心の荷が一つ下りましたのですよ。
That feels like an important line. Leaving me with that, Rika-chan sped off on her bike. She rode up next to Satoko and then the two of them disappeared in the blink of an eye.
サトシ、本当に、早く帰ってきてやれよな。あんまり帰りが遅かったら。
I'll punch you right in the nose. Let's try our best until that day comes, Satoko. Even if I could no longer hear the sounds of the bicycles, I stood there for a while seeing them off. Very nice. Very nice. That was a nice, wholesome chapter. Great for, yeah. Satoko's Trap Course Elementary. Let's see what we have here.
俺が保証する。サトコなら、この山で籠城して、一個下相手くらいなら、十分にあしらえるに違いない。
私は知ってるよ。サトコはとある国の特殊部隊に招聘されて、
What are they
トラッ
talking
プの
about?
訓練教官をやってたんだ。
そんな変な話はいいから、誰か助け
Of the whole series? I can see why. Like, it's just a very nice opening. How did it come to this? What traps did we fall for, and how did we fall for them? Miona was caught in a profusely thin pitfall she couldn't escape from, and only her head was poking above the ground. Urena's head was completely covered by a tin bucket. She was squirming around in a vain attempt to remove it. Either of these were really funny, but that's where it ended. At least they had their feet on the ground.
ケイちゃんの方はどう？抜けられそう？早く抜け出しておじさんを助けてよ。
抜け出して助けるのはミオンの方だ。このスマッキ状態の俺に何をしろと言うんだ。
I was wrapped up in a bamboo mat and hanging 2 meters above the ground. Damn. Ah, what was this trap? How did I fall into it? Huh? It was Satoko. Oh, the lag? This all started when they suggested that I was unfamiliar with nature, having grown up in the city, and proposed a little exploration on the mountain.
でもレナもよく
So
裏
that's
回
this
しが
place
ない
where
よ。
Keiichi got chased by Urena initially.
レナじゃ迷子になっちゃう。は
Like in chapter 1.
裏山ね。小さい頃はよく遊んだけど、ここ何年かはさっぱりだな。あそこ、道を誤るとかなりデンジャラスに迷うんだよな。
裏山なら私たちにお任せですわよ。山が丸ごと私とリカの遊び場なんですもの。ねえリカ。みー。
おお、それは心強いな。じゃあここは二人の顔を立てて二人の道案内でハイキングと行こうじゃねえか。
Well, deferred heavy P tour guides, okay, but they got trapped on the mountain though, right?
でもケイチくん、裏山は迷うから遊びに行っちゃいけないって夏休みのしおりにも書いてあるよ。まだ夏休みではあり
I
ま
have
せん
another
でした
chapter as my favorite for a
大丈
second,
夫
more
なの
like
です
scene
よ。
actually, but it's
僕
this
た
one
ち
for
の
chapter
道を知って
this one for
ますから
chapter
ご
3 second
安
for
心
sure.
なの
Okay,
で
I guess I'll have to see what else is your favorite.
す。裏山は昔から私たちの遊び場でございますもの。岩も同然。抜け道、近道までバッチリでございましたよ。
Yes, both Satoko and Rika-chan knew the path like the back of their hands. Thanks to them, we had our fill of fresh air, gorgeous views, and Mother Nature, the likes of which you could never see in the village. Time to play Blade Branded, okay.
そうそう皆さん。
You guys gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh now after stream?
ここからは私が歩いた足跡の通りに歩くんですわよ。
は？突然何を言い出すんだ？
おとなしくさとこの言うことを聞く
No,
方
I'm
が
just doing Master
身
Duel.
のた
Okay.
めなの
You
です。
trying to get to a specific rank this time?
あれれ？ねえみーちゃん、ほらこれ、なんだろうね。引っ張るのかな？かな？
Suddenly, squeak, crash. When Rena pulled the kite string, a bundle of bamboo spears fastened to a tree branch all came raining down with a clatter right next to where Rena was standing. Doing rank, but it doesn't matter. I'll just win. Okay. Wait, I want to check. Does she have a gun? She does. I just had to check. You know what I'm doing? I took a 4-hour nap today. Damn. You're not sleepy? Why? Maybe you and Diane can play more Peak. Or you could read more Umineko. We're gonna see Iron Lung in theaters tomorrow. Nice! That seems good. Let me know how that goes.
危なかったですわね。竹襟の先端には犬の糞が塗ってありますから、傷になると後で腐り出しますわよ。
The nap was actually... I think naps are always very refreshing. I enjoy taking naps. What? Satoko, why are you actually trying to kill them?
ここはいつからゲリラの戦場になったんだ。
Daine hates fun games? Wait, what does she not like? According to Satoko and Rika-chan, earlier in elementary school, Satoko had been on a trap-making craze, like Fred from Scooby-Doo, and set them along every inch of this mountain. She likes doing things where she has to read a bunch. I see, okay. But she likes Risk of Rain. Okay, yeah. Neon and I both nodded wholeheartedly at Rena's hypothesis. And she likes Monster Train.
早く戻らないと暗くなってしまいますわ。暗くなったら私だって危ないでございますからね。
But you're the one who brought us to this crazy mountain. Why was an average, healthy Japanese boy like me forced to deal with the life-threatening booby traps? And then... Yeah, play like 2 rounds of Risk of Rain 2 for the past 3 days. Okay. Any reason you don't join them, Dainea? She plays on my, which is a big reason. Keiichi. How could she see? I thought she couldn't see through the bucket. Bucket Rena was using me as a sandbag, and Mion was crying.
落とし穴から抜けられなくてかわいそうなのです。もう皆さん、だから言いましたでしょ。
Yeah, that's true. How could he's 2 meters into the sky and she has a bucket on him? How? I finally had an epiphany. Satsuko had been so bent on taking everyone out to the mountain because she wanted to brag about all the traps she set up here over the years. You could have stopped just at showing them to us. I didn't need to experience it, how it felt firsthand. Rika-chan pet our 3 heads and sea. You're 2 meters in the air. What do you mean? In an incredibly satisfied mood. Bucket Rena. Yeah, it's a different form of Rena. Bucket Rena. It's like her evolution. Okay. She has extendo arms. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. On Saturday, we're all gonna play Minecraft. Nice. Surplus, how's your D&D campaign going as well? I didn't ask. I know Dainea said you started on that, right? How's it like DMing for the group? I sadly I haven't done my D&D thing since December, and it's probably not going to be until, like, maybe end of February until I end up doing, like, continuing with my D&D. That tip was what I was referencing back in Chapter 1, where Satsuko kills people with poop spikes. Oh, okay. Okay. But yeah, here's a good place to leave off for today. I am going to go get some food. Been great, been putting... Nice! Something that I definitely recommend, one thing that I do with my, like, group is we record our sessions, You know, and we just put it up unlisted. You know, it's just for us to reference back to. I think it's always nice to refer back to stuff. You know, so if you can get like, I don't think you should record it because you're the DM and you might have some stuff in the back end that you don't want spoiling. But if someone in your group could like while playing, like just record the session and then upload it on YouTube as like an unlisted video and then send it to everyone, and like have a playlist saved of all the that's great then. Yeah, okay, that's amazing. Okay, because I highly recommend that, and it's like it's just so you guys have it and so it's not lost to the void forever. So yeah, okay, but yeah, tomorrow I will try to get through 2 segments, so it'll be a bit of a longer stream. So yeah. Because I want to get through as much as I can when I have downtime with no work, and yeah. Alright, thank you for everyone who stopped by the stream. Unless, like, the next segment is really, really long, but we'll see. But yeah, for now, I'll be going. Thank you for everyone who stopped by the stream. I appreciate it, and I'll be back with more Higurashi, When They Cry, tomorrow.